Hello guys and welcome to another video from me, Spitfire Gaming, and today we're going to be doing the Chelsea review match against Liverpool, which unfortunately we lost our first game of the season. We lost the game 2-1 at Stamford Bridge, and the thing is from this game was that we kind of deserved to lose. We really did. Liverpool absolutely smashed us in the first half. I mean, we never really came back into it in the second half, and I just feel like, you know, Liverpool, fair play to them, they played very well and they seem to do that against us. And the thing is that Liverpool seem to do this against the big teams. It's kind of annoying looking at Liverpool and being a Liverpool fan, because you see them and they can beat Chelsea, they can beat Man United, they can beat Man City, they can beat Arsenal, but they can't seem to beat the smaller teams, which is actually really unfair for them. But that's what happens in life. But what actually happened in the game? Well, from what I can see from the very first minute, Liverpool having chances. Daniel Sturridge started for the first time in, I don't know, this year, probably. I don't know, he was in a wheelchair for the past like 500 years, so we might as well start him this time against his old club, funny enough. But from the first minute he had a shot straight at Courtois, straight into his hands, spilled it, caught it on the line, but you know, we'll put that on slide. Nothing really happened, nothing really materialised until the I think it was the 17th minute, when cross came in. It was a free kick. I think it was Coutinho or Firmino, one or two, crossed it in, and the other two Liverpool players in offside position, unmarked. But a third Liverpool player, Dejan Lovren, came in from behind of those, and he was onside. Came in, didn't have the best contact with it, but it was a nice shot. It kind of just bubbled into the bottom corner of the net. 1-0, and you look at that and you go, I mean, where was the defence? Where was the defending? You look at it and you think, David Luiz, Gary Cahill, Ivanovic, you know, you think that these defenders would get round there, but no, they've kind of left their backs open. Nothing, you know, again, Liverpool having chances, you know, again and again, and then you can finally see something happening, because in the 34th, 35th minute, you know, it was kind of like a half chance. It was throw-in, came in, Chelsea player kicked out, went straight to Henderson, and a player that has been absolutely average all season, average probably all his career for Liverpool so far, has put in an absolute wonder strike against Courtois. And you look at it and you go, how come he can't do that? You know, not every game, but how come we can't do that consistently? I mean, if he did that consistently, Gerrard would look at that and go, yes, he's a worthy successor, but obviously he's not. He's nowhere near Gerrard's level. Hell, he's nowhere near Xabi Alonso's level. So, but it was a good goal, nonetheless, good goal. I think that we came back into it in the second half. Well, at the end of the first half and at the beginning of the second half, we came back into it ever so slowly. Kante was having shots, Willian was putting crosses in. You know, we were beginning to pile on that pressure. Mignolet, being the flapper he is, wasn't able to deal with all that pressure. And eventually, 60th minute, cross. Well, it was not very much a cross; it was more like a pass. It was pass back into Costa, and he taps it into the bottom corner, 2-1. And you think, 30 minutes left, we can get back into it. Funny enough, no, not really. We had our chances, but we never really took them. And then, near the end of the game, Divock Origi, substitute I think for Daniel Sturridge, cross comes into him, heads it down. Fantastic save from Courtois, absolutely fantastic. It went, you know, fantastic reactions. I think that he didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have his best game, because he's still a bit unreliable. He has that check. He's a bit like Czech, where he could fill out fantastic saves, but he's just not much reliable. But overall, I'm disappointed. We were outplayed. Obviously, disappointed we lost our first game of the season, but I understand. You know, we can't go unbeaten. Our team's not good enough, and when you have David Luiz and Gary Cahill, which are two centre backs, you're never going to be able to beat the likes of Coutinho, Firmino, Sturridge, you know, Lallana, Henderson. You're not going to contain these sorts of beasts. You know, you're not going to contain these people. And I feel like we need more reliable centre backs. And obviously, we're going to wait until January to get that sorted out, which is still ages away, which is a problem, because David Luiz for me is just not as proper centre back. He's not who we needed. He's a good personality, and don't get me wrong, he's a nice guy, but he's not good enough. When he was at PSG, for me, Thiago Silva really, I mean really covered for him. And it's just not good enough. I think Gary Cahill's not good enough either. He's gone past his prime. I think his prime was probably 2 years ago, and I feel like he's just not good enough ever since. And John Terry's obviously too old to really consistently play anymore, which is a real shame. But oh well, it's, you know, this is the sort of problem we're in now. You know, our next generation of players like Christensen and Baba Rahman and, you know, Ake, they're a bit too young at the moment, and that is a problem. So we're going to have to wait a couple more years for them, and we're kind of in transition now. We're in a transitional period, and I think that defensively we're in that transitional period. We just need to wait. I think that Chelsea fans need to be patient, because our time will come soon. Maybe not this season, maybe next season, maybe our time. But Chelsea fans, we're gonna have to get used to losing these kind of games. I feel like we're gonna lose more games this season. I think we can still get top 4. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like we're not, you know, the Championship side that people think that we are. You know, we're not going to win the league. You know, we're hopefully going to get 3rd or 4th, I think. But anyway, thank you for watching. Take care and